Welcome to Essex County College's Community Education Forum TV series. Now here's your host, Mr. Alfred Bundy.
Welcome to Essex County College Community Education Forum. I'm your host, Alfred Bundy, and the Executive Director of Institutional Advancement here at the college. Our special guest today is on the Community Education Forum is the Program Coordinator in the college's Student Life and Activities Office. We're glad to welcome Mr. Joseph Ott to the forum. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you so much for having me, Mr. Bundy.
Tell me, Joe, you've been with the college for a while, but share with us what you do and what your responsibilities are, and what student life and activities role is here at the college.
Sure, you got it. So I am the Program Coordinator of Student Life and Activities, AKA the fun guy. I take care of all of the non-academic activities for students to let loose at in between classes, you know. Sometimes I joke to the students and I'll say, over there in the main building or the boring building, but just to be funny, and I say the Dasher Student Center is where all the fun stuff happens, and I always remind them, don't forget the fun stuff, because it's really easy for students in the academic journey to get lost in A to B and B to C and going from work to school, and school to work, taking care of kids. We try to give them back their student fees in creative ways and do awesome things for the students, and programs that they care about, programs that will not only entertain them, but may leave them with some life lessons that will help them on their journey.
Let's talk about having fun, all right? Give us just maybe a quick list of one or two things that you kind of have created for the students that was fun.
Sure. So what we like to do every semester is a human board game. We set up spaces on the floor. We have giant dice. Students, just at the image of it, it looks ridiculous to them, so they love to participate. And then there's different spaces they can roll the dice on. They might have to do a physical challenge. They may get a piece of Essex gear to take home. Wow. They may be removed from the game and get nothing. So we like to play on the student experience here at Essex and give them unfamiliar things. We like to mix it up for them because we can easily stand out in the hallway and give them free food and free giveaways and snacks and water bottles and t-shirts, all that stuff. But we like to create challenging activities that force them to think.
Now, recently you had a club fair. What was the club fair about? What is that?
Sure. So we wanted to highlight all of the awesome organizations and clubs that we have on campus. Sure. We have the Essex County College Christian Fellowship. We have the Essex County College Observer. That's a student newspaper. We have the Student Government Association, the Anime Club, the Computer Science and Robotics Club, the Bio Pre-Med Club. We have a lot of academic clubs. Our students are so advanced in some of those departments. It's really breathtaking.
Sounds like it is. Now, one of the projects that has certainly been getting a lot of visibility is something called the Virtual Cafe. And I want you to explain what it is and how we can, learn more about how people can participate.
Absolutely. So during the pandemic, we had to get creative with how we provide programming to students. Naturally, we're working from home. I began doing a web show at my cohort's suggestion. It wasn't even my idea, and we wound up going forward with it, and now I've truly made it my own. We needed an outlet to get the students to have activities with them during the pandemic. And it just kind of grew from there, and it turned into making videos to help students. It turned into interviewing staff. Basically, I kind of do a job similar to yours, but I am like a student version of you. I'm like an unhinged, unfiltered type. So I'm not someone that you would want on national television all the time, because I may do things a little bit unorthodox and crazy, but I consider myself like the crazy version of you, if you will.
And talk to us about the viewership. Are the students tuning in, and are you having Q&A sessions with them via it's kind of a Zoom connected kind of virtual cafe? Is that correct? Talk to us from the technology side and about the viewership.
So we bring the students together through Zoom. That's what our college decided to use, and a lot of other colleges. So we've used that as our meeting point for students. They come into the room every Tuesday at 2:30 during college hour, and we'll have all different kinds of stuff planned for them. We'll have trivia, or we'll have a scholarship walkthrough, or we'll have a walkthrough on how to use Moodle, whatever. So basically, we ask the students, what do you want to see? What can we do to help you? How can we make videos that you actually care about, that not just we care about, So we use that info, and we make stuff that they like, that they can use repeatedly. So now we have this database of virtual cafes that feature Moodle workshops that feature how to use web services, how to use pretty much every service at the college. And I don't know any of these things. I never do. So I always have to enlist the help of our gurus. We have so many gurus, staff that work here. I like to call them gurus because most of the people that we pick, they know everything about that area. So, we had Dean Bella DeCastro do our Moodle presentation.
And people might need to know what Moodle is. That's a form of instruction that we use for our students, right?
Absolutely. So just like we use Zoom to communicate, we use Moodle as our online classroom, our virtual classrooms. Yep.
Want to ask you, what's been the biggest challenge for students from your point of view during this pandemic?
I'm going to say mental health, to be honest. We've had so many issues with students and anxiety and medication issues, and being around other folks was the norm for so long. And then for a year we spent it at home, and it may have done some damage to folks as irreparable. We try to encourage all of our students that we're here for them to talk. Obviously we have counselors here and things like that. But I would say the transition from in-person to home, and then now from home back to in-person, is a little bit different for everybody that comes here. And we try to keep our ears open for anybody that needs help.
Now we're running out of time, but you also assist my operation on the student side to communicate through social media. Share with us some of those platforms, type of posts that you put out.
Absolutely. So we primarily use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That's where the students are. Now there are on a number of other platforms too, like TikTok and Twitch and things like that, which we slowly branch out to. We've done some broadcasting through Zoom and Twitch and whatnot, but we try to use Instagram mostly. It seems like the boomers and up are using Facebook, and a different crowd entirely kind of uses Twitter. But Instagram is the happy medium in between TikTok and Twitch. And it's not Facebook, so Instagram seems to be our main.
And is Twitch really for the gamers, or a lot of gamers kind of exploiting that Twitch?
So Twitch started out as a gaming platform, and now a lot of other institutions like schools and businesses are like, hey, this is where they are. Right. So even if you have nothing to do with gaming, the platform has expanded now. Right. So we try to meet them there.
Listen, you guys help me understand and learn, and I'm over social media for the college. But anyway, I appreciate all that you do in that area. Before we go, what's exciting? What's coming up on the Virtual Cafe, and how can people tune into the Virtual Cafe?
So we have upcoming virtual cafes. They happen at 2:30 during college hour every Tuesday. So we have our Horror Fest coming up on October 28th and 29th. We're going to be showing old horror movies and remakes of those horror movies. And then what's great is that event and a lot of our events happen in person, but they also happen virtually as well. They're all dual casted.
Joe, I can't thank you enough for coming and joining us here on the forum. And I want to thank all of you, but don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
At Essex County College, my professors take the time to ensure that I am on track towards my degree. Student success is their mission, whether it's in the classroom or online. Essex County College provides the resources I need to complete my degree. So what are you waiting for? Get started on your degree today. You may qualify to attend college tuition free. Visit essex.edu.
Welcome back to the Community Education Forum. I'm your host, Alfred Bundy. Our next guest is a distinguished Essex County College alumnus. He's also an engineer, and he is the new president of the Essex County Alumni Association. I am delighted to welcome, and make sure I say that Nkuah Asare?
Nkuah Asare.
Nkuah Asare. You got to work with me on that, okay? By the way, right. what country are you from?
I'm from Ghana.
Okay, and when were you here at Essex County College?
I started Essex County College 2012, and then I'm part of the graduating class of 2015.
Ah, fantastic. And what did you do after that? Tell us how you got to become an engineer.
Okay, I studied environmental science here in Essex County College, but I did most of my engineering classes, like all the math classes, up to, if I could recall right, differential equations. Okay. And I did, I think I did statics over here. Then from here, I transferred to NJIT and did civil engineering.
Fantastic, fantastic. My son is a civil engineer, so I know a little bit about that. He went to James Madison. Tell me how your experience was here as an undergrad. What do you remember?
Oh, I remember most like my math professors, like how they take us through all the classes, and then my economics class I did with the business department, like the way how the course is structured and the way you are being taught. It gives you like a platform for you to build on when you go to the 4-year college. So it's like personally, it helped me to save money financially, because I realized that whatever I had over here is the same thing as the 2-year stuff that I would study for the 4-year college. And so I saved a lot of money. Like a class that would cost me about getting to $1,000, I took it here for maybe $500.
Yeah, and that's one of the key things about going to the county college, that, you know, if you're smart, you figure out ways there where you can definitely save money. That's what makes community colleges affordable compared to what that 4-year cost is. So yeah, that's so smart that you did that. I'm so glad to hear that, and many of our students do that. You are got a major assignment. You are an elected person here at the college, the Alumni Association. Talk to me about you getting involved in this election and what it took for you to get elected.
Yeah, so I was inspired by the opportunities that Essex County College had for students like myself when I was here, and then the administration, and then the successes of the student that they have attained so far. So it all inspired me to come back home. When I say home, to my alma mater, to give back or contribute in a more meaningful way to the successes that they keep bringing. Yes.
And you also have a group of officers, and you might want to mention one or two of them. Who else is on your executive team?
Thank you. I have a nice team who are willing to work with me, open to all the ideas that I come with. So I have my vice president, Miss Stephanie Carter, as the vice president. Our secretary, Miss Nesselin. I don't know how to say her last name well, so I don't want to, but it's Miss Nesselin. And we have our recording corresponding secretary, Miss Allison Jameson. We have our standing members, Mr. Kanu, and then we have Ms. Barnes, and then we have our financial rep, which is who happens also to be, I think he's a faculty, St. Ford. So these are the wonderful team. Not forgetting my advisor, who is also a faculty member here, Mr. Butler.
Oh yeah, Mr. Berthelou, most definitely. What do you see as being the role of the alumni? What type of ideas and plans do you have?
So the main role I see of the Alumni Group is to strengthen the bond between the college and then the association and then the Board of Trustees. Okay. That is the main role that personally I see, that strengthening of that bond, so that there could be that flow of communication from student to the college administration, and then from to the Board of Trustees and vice versa.
Do you have projects or plans or some ideas that you and your new team are thinking about doing with the alumni?
Yes, we do. We have a lot of them. So hopefully, when we send those ideas to you, you're going to just give them 5 stars, so we could go ahead and get them done. So first of all, we are thinking I visited the school, I think last month, to check on our alumni office. So we want to get a more visible location on campus for the alumni office. And then we want to build on our alumni platform. Like this morning, I was checking on the platform.
Is this your social media?
No, just the alumni web page.
Oh, on your web? Okay, on your web page. Okay.
So that is one of our short-term goals.
Okay. We would like to see the alumni more pronounced in a better location in our website.
On the website.
Okay.
That is about our short-term goal. About the then the long-term goal, trying to raise finances that will help in a student scholarship. Because some of us, we're going to school, we need money, right. We need scholarship. So it's ongoing process that will help our students to get scholarship, expanded one, right. Through fundraising, so that to help them in their school. And then we are also trying to have our monthly alumni meetings so that it could attract more graduates to the organization.
And your next monthly meeting is coming up, when is it?
We have the general meeting coming on September 30th.
September 30th.
That is exactly a week today.
Okay. Is there a way, because I thought you were setting up a social media kind of plan too that you wanted to
Yes.
execute?
The social media platform, like we were trying, as part of we want to, like one of the short-term goals too, that reminded me, we want to have more active membership. So I went to LinkedIn to search if I could find something. And it was surprisingly, somebody already had a page on there that belongs to the association, but it was a private one. The person created, it's not from the school. And I saw about 153 members on there. So I feel like through that, we could get other members.
You can recruit more people.
And then one personal thing I would like to add to it is that personally, I had my job currently that I'm working right now through the LinkedIn. Somebody reached out to me through that page.
Wow.
And then I didn't go for all the application that I put out there. Nobody called. It was through LinkedIn.
So it was through LinkedIn that someone, I'm trying to make sure
Yes,
we're clear on what
reach
you're
out
saying.
to me.
Right, I
Yes.
got you. All right, listen, we're running out of time, okay? What's the key thing you want the alumni, as far as you're concerned and your vision, what's the number one thing you want to make sure you get done this first year?
This first year, one key thing I want the alumni to do is to increase our active membership, because through that we could get fundraisings, we could have activities. They would know that we are back and we are kicking life and moving. So active membership, our office location, so that somebody come on campus, at least they will know this is their office. We have like a part-time worker on there through maybe work study to be there for a few hours and maybe answer some few phone calls and other stuff. And some of us visiting and going as we get time.
Well, we're excited that you're back, bringing the Alumni Association back, because it's been a little quiet the last few years, and we've needed a lot of reorganization. And it's just my pleasure to have you here. We look forward to working with you. I know you're going to do great things.
Thank you.
Now, I want you to don't go anywhere out there who's watching this, because you're going to learn a little bit more about our alumni president, Mr. Asare, in our alumni corner. So just stay with us, check him out. The Essex County College made a difference in Mr. Asare's life, and now he's making a difference in the world. Check this out. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Community Education Forum. I'm your host, Alfred Bundy. Joining me now is a person who's the director of the college's Training Inc. program, which is part of Essex County College's Community and Continuing Education and Workforce Development Department. Please welcome its director, Ms. Mitra Choudhury. Did I get that?
Choudhury.
Choudhury. You got to help me with that.
No problem.
I appreciate that. How long have you been part of the college here? I know it's been quite a while.
It's been a very long while. So, this November, it'll be 27 years at Essex County College.
Congratulations.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
It's a great place to work. I've grown up in this place, literally. I like my job.
That's so nice to hear. Share with us, it's part of the continuing education, so we don't want to leave that out. But Training Inc. actually was one of the first kind of comprehensive workforce development centers here in Newark. Let's just have a little bit of history of the center and how many people have gone through Training Inc.
This is the history that I have heard from the former directors. I'm the third director at Training Inc.
Okay.
The first one was Sheila McGuire. It was established in 1986. Dr. Yamba met Mary Coggeshall as part of the Victoria Foundation Board. And Mary was involved in the Training Inc. program at Boston. So she talked about the program because she'd seen it and she liked the whole idea behind it. And then Dean Lovallo, who was the former Dean of Community Continuing Education. Charles Lovallo. And Mary Coggeshall went up to Boston. They looked at the program and they, they like the whole best practice behind the program, which is actually based on contextualized learning, which at that time was a very new concept.
And what does contextualized learning mean to us today?
So, a person is not just learning the actual hard skills, they are also learning the soft skills, which, as you know, all companies pay a lot of emphasis on the soft skills.
And I think we need to just make sure it's clear when we talk about soft skills,
Sure.
because we're talking about manners and how people talk and their etiquette. Share with us what those soft skills that are important to getting hired is.
Absolutely. So it's attendance and punctuality, the way a business expects you to dress professionally. It's the etiquette of answering a phone call, attending a customer. So everything is built into the program.
And part of their training and their experience here is that we strengthen their soft skills.
Absolutely. The moment they walk in the door, we make them understand that they're getting ready to get a job. So, they have to, these are part of the inbuilt soft skills that's in the program. So their attendance is monitored. If they have issues, we have counselors that talk with them, make them understand how it would affect their job if they went to work. We have a orientation manual that talks about the way a person should dress for success, as we call it. And we also work with all the local agencies that provide the professional dressing, because sometimes it's difficult for somebody to go out and buy a suit. But there is actually an organization called Dress for Success, where they can get everything from their suit to their handbags to their shoes, all of that.
Let's talk for a minute some of the different short-term certificate programs that help put people back to work, that is part of the workforce training experience.
Sure. So, with Training Inc., we have always shifted with the job market. So when Training Inc. first started, mostly, folks were hired in office skills. In office skills. So they were trained in office skills. They were hired to do administrative work, and then maybe go back to college and move up the ladder. That was one pathway. And then, we did move into information technology for a little bit. I'm talking about a lot of years back.
Yeah, and just to learn to use the computer was a big thing at one time, but where are we at now?
And so, those jobs moved out of the country. So then we moved into the allied health sector, where there is a lot of demand for workers because, the healthcare industry has an aging population that they need to attend to, and because of the pandemic. So there's a great demand for individuals that train in our certification programs.
And let's name some of those programs.
Yes, sure. We have the Certified Nursing Assistant, the Patient Care Tech, the Certified Clinical Medical Assistant. So these are the three we focus on. So the Certified Nursing Assistant, they get a certification from the state of New Jersey.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
I need some of those other programs, because I know we have real estate.
Real estate and
licensing.
Yes, pharmacy tech, that is handled by on-campus continuing ed. They are workforce development programs.
Okay.
But they're under a different director.
I see.
So we focus on these, and then we are moving, as you know, I don't know if that's your next question, but we're moving into a new sector. We also started doing supply chain management because the online retail shopping is the way to go now. So there are all these warehouses that's been cropping up everywhere, and then you have companies like HelloFresh and Blue Apron,
and even Amazon and places
Amazon
like that.
is continuously employing,
right.
So they do need people in the supply chain sector. So we also moved into supply chain management, and we still continue to do computerized business office skills.
What's hot though? What's the hot training programs that people are excited about right now?
Right now, I can tell you that we have a long list of individuals wanting to get into our allied health programs, a very long list.
And how about hospitality? Has that fallen off some because of the pandemic, or is that back?
It is coming back, the retail and hospitality, but for now we are not putting a lot of emphasis on it. We're, we are going to move into information technology.
Okay. And I know we got a program like that going on with the Johnson Control partnership that we just kind of started.
Absolutely. So, we just got a grant from Johnson Controls. They're actually looking for workers because although they work in HVAC, they need workers that understand the IT sector because all these things are programmable now. They have to be programmed once they're put into the
HVAC world has now become digital ties with IT.
Yes,
okay.
They have. So,
which is really heating, ventilation, air conditioning.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it's interesting. So we're training people now.
We are going to train them in A+ and IT fundamentals. So these are the 2 certifications from CompTIA, which CompTIA is a worldwide organizations that their certifications are recognized worldwide. So they do other things, Security Plus, Network Plus, but we are focusing on these 2 because these are the entry level for jobs that might lead to jobs in Johnson Controls. Some of the jobs are control technician, but we can also place them in other industries.
Now we're running out of time, but talk to me about folks going to work. What is the percentage, or how do we measure the effectiveness of getting people actually working?
The measurement is employment and completion. So we have about an 80% placement rate. So because right now, like I said, the allied health sector, it's the people finish training, and sometimes even before they finish training, these different employers that we have, we are constantly working to build our employer base. So we have a very long list of, I'd say, 100+ employers. So, but they're reaching out already for students that sometimes haven't even finished the program.
Wow.
So it's a great market to be in right now. But I'm excited about the new venture, information technology, and going into this new sector.
With Johnson Control. I can't thank you enough for doing this and being part of this college for 27 years. You're certainly well known on this. Everybody knows Mitra, and certainly everybody knows the great work you've been doing with Training Inc. for such a long time. So I want to thank you for joining us. And I want to thank you for watching the Community Education Forum. For more information about the Essex County College, please visit us at essex.edu. If you'd like to learn more about or catch another one of our Community Education Forums, check us out on Facebook or YouTube. I just want to thank you for watching. I'm your host, Alfred Bundy. We'll see you next time.
You've been watching Essex County College's Community Education Forum. For more information on Essex County College, visit essex.edu. To catch any of our Community Education Forum shows, check out Facebook or YouTube. We'll see you next time.